Well, what is going on with Nomad Outdoors? Well, it's the end of the seasons. So you look at September, October, November, December of some of the best months here in Michigan because that's all of our hunting seasons. They did extend it out late doe season into January, so that got us through January. But we got into February and it's cold and snowy, and sure, there's other things that we could do, but February, March, getting into April is kind of our hibernation months. Got some ideas, got some suggestions from some of our followers on things that would be good for the show or they'd like to see on the show, and what the hell, we ain't got nothing else better to do, so we're going to work on a couple of things. But trying to get the three of us all together is a challenge in the hibernation time. We've got turkey season coming up, so I believe our plans are going to be that probably the end, halfway through April, the end of April, I'll be out there calling turkeys for Jared Bear up behind his place. And then I'm thinking after the first week of May, heading up north and doing some turkey hunting. We'll do what is basically here in Michigan, it's going to be the open season. So you get a general permit that goes like almost from like the second week of May all the way to the end of May. So we're going to try and get that going. Interesting thing, as I spend a lot of time perusing through the internet, they got this thing called a vlog, which is like a blog, which takes us back to almost like a podcast, which is really weird because, podcast originally, it was, you would go and listen to something, you'd download it, or you'd have it, or you'd subscribe and you'd listen to it through headphones, and you'd listen to a podcast. That's how it all came up, basically from Apple, and that's what they did. Then people started doing blogs, so you could go on the internet, and the same thing that they would talk about in a podcast, they'd type it out in a blog. Then the next thing that came along was videotaping podcasts. So they would do a podcast, and it would be, hold on. It would look something like this, where I sat on a video and I talked and there's a microphone. But here's the crazy thing. It's not even connected. So, most of the people, and I guess it gets good sound. I probably could run this through my sound system and probably clean it up a little bit, and it would be easier to, I don't know, wouldn't be no background noise, whatever the case, but that's way too much work for us old guys at Nomad Outdoors, even us young guys at Nomad Outdoors. So anyway, then people do this this podcast, but it's videotaped, and then they do a vlog, which is a video blog. So they basically, exactly what I'm doing now is doing a vlog, VLOG, whatever. It doesn't matter to us, but we thought about that. We thought, one of the things that we want to do is we want to get it to where we could do like a split screen or a tri-screen, to where we could get all three of us together on the video and hear us all at the same time, even though we're not all in the same place at the same time. Our schedules are very erratic and very hard for the three of us to get together, other than hunting and fishing. And we're coming up into that. Well, trail riding. Trail riding's coming up. But we got turkey season, and then we got trail riding, which is basically just me and the old lady driving around, having a good time. I love enduro. Dirt biking, it's about the same thing, but it's different. Dirt biking is, I think, a little bit more aggressive. Enduro riding is still as aggressive, but now I'm actually out in the outdoors. I'm not in a park somewhere and jumping over hills and all that other stuff. I'm out in the woods, on my dirt bike, on the trails, driving through Mother Nature, seeing the sights, and I look at it, for me, I don't look at, I mean, the riding is fun, and it frees the spirit. But for me, I explore. So every time I'm out on my dirt bike, I'm exploring. You know, I look for tracks. I look for critters running around. You know, where do I see deer? Where do I see turkey? Where do I see whatever else is out there to see? And that helps me coming into the hunting season. And then, you know, one of the things that's a drawback to that is that when I'm out there and I'm riding and I'm on the trails and I see things and I find areas that are good, guess what? Come hunting season, I'm like, this is a good spot to hunt. I seen this when I was dirt biking. Guess what? It's right off of, you know, right off the trail or right off of a 2-track, which means that there's other people, and what are you gonna do about that? So for me, the 50-inch trails are a little bit better because you know, you're not, the only people that you're going to see on the 50-inch trails are dirt bikers and quad riders, not the side-by-siders. So it limits the amount of traffic that's up there. So if you set up in or near a 50-inch trail, it's not such a bad thing. But lots of trails to explore. This is going to be an interesting season because big ice storm, the lower upper, for those of us that live in Michigan, we have terms. We have the Upper Peninsula, which is basically like what looks like kind of like this. That's above the mitten, which would look like this or like this, however you want to. It would almost look like kind of like this. Yeah, this is the Upper Peninsula, and this is the Lower Peninsula. But then we have what's called the Lower Upper, which is basically takes us along the rifle shotgun zone, and that is like about midway through the mitten, about through up in here somewhere. And this portion we call the Upper Lower. So you got to be a Michigander to really truly understand how it all works. You got the UP, and then you got the Lower Peninsula. You have us lower. They call us trolls down here, and sapsuckers up in the Upper Peninsula, and whatever the case may be. But so the Upper Lower really got hit with an ice storm bad. So a lot of the trails, a lot of the woods, a lot of the 2-tracks have been devastated by the ice storm. So they say it's very dangerous to go out there because shit could fall at any time. So our plan is we go turkey hunting, taking a chainsaw with us, so that if we're back on our trails, we're not going to get stuck on anything. What else is going on? What else? We have plans all the time. We talk back and forth. Gray Bear and I, we talk, you know, regularly, and talk about the show regularly. And you know one thing, this is one thing that we say we got to do more of. We got to do more of. We got to do more of. So what we have to do more of is we have to do more fishing. But what does that take? That takes Gray Bear getting a motor for his boat, or me fixing the motor that goes on my boat and then getting my boat up north. And everybody says, oh, that's so simple. Yep, it's so simple, but then you got babysitting grandkids, hanging out with your own kids, supplementary income, having to work a job sometimes to make some money so that you can get up north. We are, like we have said, I don't know how many times in our show, we are blue collar workers. We're not rolling in dough. Our show is not that popular to where I could be like who's the guy that Jared Bear follows, Cletus McFarland, that started a video a YouTube channel, and it just took off, and then all of a sudden, oh, he could buy himself a racetrack and buy himself race cars and buy a helicopter, and you know, on top of all the other people that have gotten lucky that way. Our show just doesn't seem to hit it. We hit it off with a couple of followers out there and some friends, and hey, we love you guys. The interaction that we get to have, and comments and questions, those things are all great, and we appreciate it. But We have friends, which is really good, but we're not rolling it dough. We're not making any money off of YouTube. I would love to. I'd love to make money off YouTube. I'd love for somebody to come along and go, hey, you Nomad Outdoors guys, you're quite some characters. We wanna do a show with you, and next thing you know, we're the next Duck Dynasty. Probably not gonna happen, but we try. So yes, more fishing. We got some ice fishing in this year. Gray Bear went up north with some neighbors of his up there, and the one neighbor that's up there by him took his daughter, and that spurred on an idea that we want to do some kids in the wood stuff. So I have my own grandson that I did a short segment with, and we talked back and forth about what he likes about the outdoors, and we're gonna try and move those things into it. We've got a couple of extra spare cameras that we may give to some of the kids that we know and say, hey, go out there and take this video and shoot and talk about what you want about being in the outdoors, and then we'll edit it, put it together, and it's basically going to be, I guess it'll be our Kids in the Woods segment, which stands for nothing. I thought we should come up with some cool name like kids or something that makes a word. So we got KIW, Kids in the Woods. That's what we came up with. There's a whole bunch of other things that we probably could have done, but it just didn't happen. So you may see a little bit more of the Cruel Dog Den, and this is the Cruel Dog Den with all of my stuff. I wanted to do something, we did shoot some video with my grandson, and I thought, oh yeah, YouTube Kids, that would be a really great thing, put it on YouTube Kids, and I'm like, the biggest problem is, I looked in the background and I saw my replica black powder pistol back there, and I'm like, oh, YouTube's never gonna allow that on YouTube Kids. So it will be a section that comes out that will be it'll just all be part of Nomad Outdoors, and it'll be Kids in the Woods, and it would be very kid friendly, but it won't be on YouTube Kids because it will not meet their algorithms, because we may talk about killing things. You can't talk about killing things there, but we'll just keep it the way that we want to do it, and that's how it's going to be. So that is our vlog for today. Today is April 6th, 2025. And what we may do, and what we will do, is I will get a hold of Gray Bear and go, you shoot a video about what you think is going to happen with the Nomad Outdoors. We're not going anywhere. We love what we're doing, and our show is we always called it is our video journal. It's our history of what we have done in the woods over the last however many years we've been filming, which is probably close to like 14 years now, something like that. I don't know how long our YouTube channel's been around, but I always tell people, hey, when I die, just put Nomad Outdoors on a loop and cremate my body. I don't want to be laid out there. People look at it didn't do such a great job on the makeup. I want to be like just pictures of me. If you could do it in the outdoors, that'd be great, but at the bare minimum, if it's got to be indoors, then just stream on some TVs Nomad Outdoors, because that's what it's all about. That's what my life is all about. That's what I'm trying to pass on to other people. Is the outdoors is one of the best things that you could do for yourself. Hunting, hiking, fishing, dirt biking, I don't know, whatever else you get, cache, hiding, all sorts of stuff that you can do in the outdoors, and that is the best thing that you could do for yourself. Even on a deeper level, you could go and you could look at the physical and psychological benefits of the environment of being in the woods, the sound of the woods, the megahertz, the sunlight, and how it converts vitamin D in your body, and the fresh air and the oxygen and all this stuff that's good for you. There's a whole bunch of science that's out there for it. Get out in the outdoors and experience it. We're going to keep shooting Nomad Outdoors. It's the beginning of April. Good times are coming up down the road. I like the good times. I'm going to do some more some more dirt bike videos because that's what I like to do. We're going to get some more fishing in. We're going to get some more kids on video. We're going to try and get some more Jer Bear, but that guy's as busy can be. But we'll see ya. Maybe next week, maybe not next week. It's going to be a little bit sporadic until we actually get into the swing of summertime. So just hang with us. If we post a video, it's going to be great to see and hear from you. As I don't know what I'm looking at anymore, so I'm going to end the video. And thanks. Maybe we'll get a hold of old Carl Teets and see if he wants to come on and do some segments for our vlog, for our somewhat kind of video podcast. Anyways, too much for me. Peace out. Get out in the outdoors.